So, when people find out that I'm American, one of the first things they tell me is how much they love American culture. But I also get the sense that they think that America is filled with a whole bunch of idiots. And after watching TV here for a couple weeks, I can kind of see why. Regardless of what time you turn on the TV, you'll always find an American show. Comedies, dramas, daytime talk shows, everything. But I think the image that we're exporting of the average American is pretty negative. So first off, there are a whole bunch of shows that I've never even heard of. There's a Joey Lawrence TV show, which, according to IMDb, was canceled after 4 episodes, but lives on here in eternity in reruns over and over again. But there are new shows. So there's My Name is Earl, which is by far one of my favorite shows out there on TV today. But if you think about the cast of that show, there are really not any good role models. Now, I love the writing of the show. I love the self-deprecating humor. I love the witty jabs that they take at American patriotism. But it really does make the average American look like a total idiot. Now, speaking of good writing, Seinfeld is also huge here. It's on every single day. But honestly, is George Costanza the cultural ambassador that you would pick? I know I wouldn't. Now, it could be worse. Another huge show over here is Married with Children, which still gets primetime reruns, but they just call it Bundy. Now, if this show isn't filled with horrible stereotypes, I don't know what is. It's kind of scary. But that's all fiction. What about real life? So, a huge talk show here is Dr. Phil. Say what you will about the good doctor, but the guests that he picks for his show are clearly not the people I would pick to represent our country. The worst thing is, these are real people, not cleverly created fictional characters. He seems to scrape the corners of the country to find all the real-life Earl Hickeys and Kelly Bundys out there. But what I think is the absolute worst is America's Funniest Home Videos. Now, this show is on every single day and is huge here. But it's an hour-long show of people doing stupid things and getting hit in the crotch. Now, clearly, there's nothing more American than that, except, motherhood and apple pie. But what I find embarrassing is that there's no doubt as to where these people come from. It's in the title of the show. If they just called it Funny Home Videos or, stupid funny home videos, I'd be fine. But they have to throw that America's Funniest Home Videos on there just to show that it's extra stupid. Now, there's some great shows here. There's Law and Order, there's CSI, great shows. But you could also argue that those shows perpetuate the stereotype that America's a crime-ridden country. So my question to all the American YouTubers out there is, what show would you pick to represent the average American that you know best? I thought about this quite a bit, and I can't really think of an answer. So I'll be interested to read part of the discussion. Thanks a lot.